I must admit, it's hard to read the Tanakh without seeing Yeshua jump out of every page. He seeps through the creation story, the patriarchs, all through Exodus and every sacrifice in Leviticus, all over the prophets and the Psalms, all the way until he is front and center in the Brit Hadashah. It's hard when you know the climax of the story to get it out of your mind and to see the story unfold for what it is. It's like when that one imprudent family member or friend spoils a movie for you, and then you watch it knowing how it's all going to end. Do you then still watch the movie? Or in our case, do we still read the Tanakh in full? Rav Shaul, the Apostle Paul, in 2 Timothy 3:16 and 17, he writes, "All scripture is inspired by God and useful for teaching, for reproof, for restoration, and for training in righteousness, so that the person belonging to God may be capable, fully equipped for every good deed." When Rav Shaul writes this letter to Timothy, the only works considered scripture were those of the Tanakh. The Gospels and the Apostolic letters were not yet considered scripture, and some of them have not even been written. What is Rav Shaul referring to? The Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible, including all 5 books of Moses, the wisdom books, and the prophets. It is these that he considers scripture, which are in his words, useful for teaching, for reproof, for restoration, and for training in righteousness. Let's return to the main question that motivates what I'm discussing with you all today. How does reading the Torah year after year help us grow closer to Yeshua and to God? I would argue that without Tanakh, we cannot adequately know who God is, and consequently, we can miss who Yeshua really is. It becomes easy to spiritualize the entire Brit Hadashah and to form Yeshua into our image rather than shaping our image into his. One thing that is very clear from this is that the writers of the Gospels and the Apostolic letters were well versed in Tanakh, and it shaped the very way they wrote. Today, almost 2,000 years later, the world around us has changed. Our worldview and social cultural norms have undergone significant changes. What hasn't changed and will never change is who God is. His word, his nature, his attributes, his grace, his love hasn't changed. Neither have his wrath, his standards of right and wrong, and what is his will.